Microphone check, 1, 2. It seems we are. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to just sit here and act like I'm in a room all by myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Tarek Jones, partner, vice president of the New Orleans Talk Network. And it's been an amazing 2017. I didn't see us getting to this point in 2016. But 2017 has brought on a lot of challenges. And these challenges, there was no light at the end of the tunnel. And still in the midst of all of this stuff, this is what it's like to be an entrepreneur. You're going to run into a lot of challenges financially, as far as your time is concerned, as far as the people are concerned, as far as everything you're doing is concerned. That gave us the motivation to do this along with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we just really, really want to take out the time and get a bunch of entrepreneurs, people such as ourselves, in one room and put on a Angels Warrior Small Business Benefit Expo. So this is our broadcast tonight. We're live on the New Orleans Talk Network. Feel free to share, with people such as yourself. And this is a call for all entrepreneurs in the city of New Orleans and along the Gulf Coast to watch this and see how other independent operators operate their businesses. So again, my name is Tarek Jones, and you're going to be hearing from some wonderful people this evening. We will have our host coming on momentarily, Miss Yolanda Griffin, also known as Dr. G, host of The Money Factor that comes on Mondays at 12 p.m. We also have the beautiful literary queen, Rhonda M. Lawson. She will be helping out tonight, telling us about her show and all of the business ventures she's been on. And we have the spectacular, the wonderful, the brain behind this whole event, Miss Cinda Miller, host of Boomers Lifestyle. Miss Cinda Miller, owner of the Boomers Lifestyle Network, host of the second half, only on the New Orleans Talk Network, and that comes on Thursdays at 10 a.m. And Miss Rhonda M. Lawson, the literary queen, she comes on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. So with no further ado, we're going to play a quick commercial break. We have a packed house this evening, and you get an opportunity to hear from all of the wonderful people who decided to join us on this lovely evening. And if those who are looking, I just want to make a quick announcement, who probably just ran to the New Orleans Talk Network fan page. FanView Live is on live right now. Typically is on the FanView Live page. Today we are broadcasting it live on the New Orleans Talk Network. So you'll see 2 live streams tonight on the New Orleans Talk Network fan page. So don't get a little bit confused. One is our very popular sports talk show, and we have this business expo that's going on tonight as well. So I hope you enjoy our live streams on the New Orleans Talk Network fan page tonight. We'll play a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll get the show started. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hi, welcome back. How you doing, Dr. G?
Hi, Tarek.
What's
How
up
you
with you, my beautiful
doing?
sister?
I'm so excited about tonight. Listen, I want to ask our audience, can everybody do a tweet, Instagram? Where my millennials? I see all these beautiful young ladies in the house tonight. Look at that beautiful smile back there. Tweet, Instagram, go to Facebook. Tell your followers to check us out tonight on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com or NOTN.com. We're live tonight. We are celebrating the Cancer Awareness Month, but I also it's so important. And Terry, I want you to share tonight before our founder comes on. I know he's getting himself together. Can you just share tonight some of the vision of the NOTN, how you guys got started? And I heard you talk a little bit about some of the challenges as an entrepreneur. How about a small business owner? There is a difference, you know.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Entrepreneurs and business owners, there's a fine line right there. The New Orleans Talk Network is a broadcasting and media company. We specialize in live streaming. You'll find a couple of .coms in the area. You'll find an app, and you'll find a website where people are streaming audio. Where we find a very, very unique way of streaming live to platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and all of the other platforms that allow you to bring in a live streaming. This is the future. This is the wave of communication that's happening right before our eyes. We have an opportunity to really be ahead of the curve. So 5 years down the line, when majority of the people are using their mobile devices for the information, we have done everything that we've needed to do as a network and a company to make sure that we are able to provide the the best quality of live streaming that we can. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you why I'm excited about it. Did you know that even people like, how you doing? Wendy Williams got started with this type of action.
Uh huh.
Started her own radio station. The big boys kind of, went and kicked her out, and she started her own thing, and now she's on national TV. Why is that important? I want to encourage those of you who are small business owners, entrepreneurs, come and check out NOTN. Tarek and Mike, they're doing an excellent job, and this is your opportunity to really begin to brand your business, your brand, whatever it is. This is an opportunity for you to do that.
Yes, exactly. That's what we do. We sort of like I use this term a lot. We building this plane as it's flying. That really means we're in the air. We are flying, but there are a lot of things we are adding because the technology is changing every quarter. Every 3 months, there's something new coming out, a new software coming out. But how does this apply to small business owners, especially in the New Orleans area and along the Gulf Coast? With the internet right now, a lot of people are finding creative ways to advertise and brand themselves on the internet. I bumped into all kinds of people. One of the things in New Orleans is we have a lot of injury attorneys, and a lot of them advertise on the television and through the radios and stuff like that. And I've spoken with a few of them. They spending $500,000, $250,000 on just advertising on terrestrial radio and analog television, where when you're on the internet, you can slash those prices in half.
More than in half. Do you
Yes.
know, I just did a research on video marketing, and 75% of corporations are cutting their TV and radio budgets because they are moving their marketing schemes to the internet, social media.
Yes.
And watch this. They can say what they want, but Facebook is the number one video marketing social media outlet out there today. So
Yes.
all you millennials who like Instagram and Twitter, Facebook is the bomb.com of getting your business out there.
Yes, and Facebook has a big surprise coming. It's not really a surprise. The cat is out the bag. They're launching Facebook Watch that's going to be able to compete with Hulu, Hulu live streaming, and Netflix live streaming, which is Netflix is the biggest live streaming company in the world. Facebook Watch, once this drops, Facebook is going to run their own productions, and they're going to have TV shows. They're going to have all kind of shows where they do their own production to compete with different streaming companies. So Facebook is really grabbing the bull by the horns and controlling how people are receiving their information. We even had a presidential election influenced through Facebook. So this is how big the internet is these days. And we at New Orleans Talk Network, that's all we do. We 100% digital. We don't really deal with analog nor terrestrial because we feel like it is the future. And it's being mandated right now that all cars in 2019 be equipped with Wi-Fi capabilities.
So you might be going above board with some people
by that
with
time,
the analog and the digital. Can you break it down just a little bit? Break it down.
Analog television is when you have that antenna, but rabbit is on your television, and they turned it digital. So now you have to have a digital converter plugged into your television. Most flat screens come with those. But you remember when the federal government mandated it, they gave out coupons to go get you digital converters. And terrestrial radio is with the Q93s, 102.9s, the typical stations you hear in your car. Is not satellite XM radio. So with the Wi-Fi capabilities being in cars, you would have the capability of streaming in your vehicle. You know, so what we're doing here in the New Orleans Talk Network, people can actually pick us up in their cars and take us wherever they go. That is going to be phenomenal in 2019 when the federal government makes every vehicle Wi-Fi friendly.
Awesome. And why is that important? Because as we are moving fast, you know, technology is moving like a stream of water, nonstop flow. So this is the opportune time for those of you who are interested. You know, you always wanted to be on TV. This is your opportune time. And get in the game now while the getting in is good. Because once this thing blasts off like a rocket,
it won't be as cost efficient. A lot of people are trying to figure out ways to do it at a cost efficient rate. We at the New Orleans Talk Network, we have figured it out through countless hours of research on how to bring this to people on a professional scale. There are 4 levels to live streaming. One is mobile. When you're taking out your cell phone, most people do that now, and you just go live from your cell phone. Level 2 is when you're taking an iPad and you're making you're building a little kit around it with microphones and lights and stuff like that. That's level 2 to live streaming. Level 3 of live streaming is when you have a desktop computer and you're using an encoder. We're at level 4. Level 4 is when you're bringing in third layers and you're bringing in commercials, and it's like watching a regular television show, like watching the real news or something live. So we're at level 4. Level 5 is they're working on level 5. Level 5 will be in 2018. But right now we're at level 4 here at the New Orleans Talk Network. And the most important thing is we are cost efficient. Would it cost you to be advertised on analog television or terrestrial radio? It's a fraction of that here. And you're on a worldwide platform.
So, guys, did you hear that? If you have a business, you just started out, and you know you can't afford those expensive commercials on WWL, WPUL, All Access, WVUE. If I were you, I'd check out NOTN.com. Because GetOurTheBomb.com.
And one of the best things about us, I tell our advertisers all the time, when you advertise on the radio or the television, once that advertisement is over, they'll pull that commercial. You know what I'm saying? They'll take that commercial off of air unless you continue that relationship with them. With the way we do it, once that commercial is aired and that show is archived on the internet, it will always be there. So even if you're not spending money, advertising with any type of network such as like us, any type of network that is like us, when they air your commercial, and someone may go back and watch it 6 months down the line, that commercial will be there. That commercial can't be removed because it's live streaming, so we edit live. So we won't be going back and taking commercials out of shows and stuff like that. So a show could be 2 years old and not dated, and someone, with a mom and pop business, technically they're still advertising,
Wow, so that you're saying as long that show is on there and that commercial will remain on there.
Yes.
And I hear what you're saying because even now I do know if you go back to Facebook from the first time you joined Facebook all of your data is still there.
You stored there.
That's
Correct.
pretty much why they tell you be very careful
Yes.
in what you say or print when it comes to social media, because there is no real debt. There is no real
No,
debt.
you can't delete it at all. So, I mean, and one of the great things about the network here at New Orleans Talk Network is you don't have to have a background in broadcasting. For all potential people with phenomenal personalities, you know, we do a lot of shows. We have a showtime available here, available space. We do shows an hour long, 2 to 2 hours long. And people come to us, such as yourself, Yolanda.
Oh, I'm gonna get there now. I'm gonna take
Ms.
this opportunity.
Ms. Rhonda, you two have a show, and you know, you're broadcasting yourselves, you're branding yourselves.
Yes.
You're able to go viral. You hear a thing called viral, going viral. It's more than 15 seconds of fame. It's actually a lifetime of fame once you go viral. You sort of like become a celebrity.
Yes.
A new age celebrity, to where people are really using the internet as a platform
Yes.
to catapult their careers
Yes.
and get to where they want. So you don't have to always go through a back door anymore. You could go through the front door. You could go through the window. You could come down the chimney like Santa Claus if you choose to. You could blow in with the storm. Any kind of way you can figure out to put yourself out there on the internet, people are taking advantage of that, and they're making a lot of money with their celebrity status from off the internet.
So you know what? Am I a celebrity? Today I
Yes.
was sitting in
Yes, you are a
therapy,
celebrity.
and the lady goes,
Yes, you
I
are.
know you.
You are
I
a celebrity.
Said, you do? She said, what's your name? I said, Dr. G. I knew you.
Yes,
Shoot,
yes.
I'm a celebrity.
You're
What
branding
can I
yourself.
say?
You know, and you're on the verge of going viral, and once you go viral, people will start contacting you and asking you for all kind of advice, and that's your brand. That's what you do.
Money, baby, money.
That's what you do best. So, I mean, it's all about branding yourself here at the New Orleans Talk Network,
Awesome.
one way or another.
Awesome. So listen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to bring to you some of the shows that are being aired here, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network, including Umwa. We'll be right back.
Who's up first? Y'all want to draw straws? Come on, sit down.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
You're on.
Okay. We're not showing a commercial?
There's a commercial on now, but I'm saying we're losing the audience.
Where they going to go back and forth? Y'all live. Oh, we are? Wow.
We are live.
We are live. Well, this is the fun part about being live. There's no cutting. There's no editing. You get to see all the good stuff, all the good stuff, and you could talk about it. Well, anyways, I want tonight to we're going to interview some of the talk shows that's aired here on New Orleans Talk Network so you can get kind of the flavor that's flowing here. And right now we have Mike here.
Matt Peel.
Matt, I'm sorry. Slap
right.
my hand.
That's all right. Mike is in the back making sure everything works correctly.
And Mike is one of our tech guys. So Matt is here. Matt, tell us a little bit about the show you host and what you guys talk about.
Great. Thank you, Dr. G. My name is Matt Peel. I'm the host of the Second Half Health and Fitness Show, which is the first Thursday of every month. And I also own a company called Movement Academy. So really, it's a physical education company. It's also an opportunity for seniors and boomers to improve their memories and exercise. And in hooking up with Cinder and the Boomers Lifestyle Network, it's really been a phenomenal opportunity to take what we do and teach health, to teach fitness, and relate it to memory and something called neuroplasticity, but just helping out our brains and being able to bring new topics out there to a show that really, thanks to her, was able to get off the ground. And I'm not a TV talk show host. I never have been. I just like to bump my gums a little bit here and there. So it's been a great opportunity for me, and not just my business, but also to get other businesses out on the air so they can promote themselves.
Awesome. And that's what I love also about the New Orleans Talk Network is we truly network. And look, watch this. Tonight, a young lady is here. She texted me after listening to my show one day, and we missed each other. And tonight, she's here. I saw her ad, and I said, "Are you the young lady that texted me?" She said, "Dr. G?" I said, "Yes." We both start screaming. Why? Because people move people and people move money.
Correct.
Am I right?
Correct. Absolutely.
And these type of shows bring on other businesses to help promote that business message. So it's all about connection, encouraging, supporting, and building each other up. But something you said that really just hit me. My mom is 88. She watched Jeopardy. She plays the little bingo on her phone. She plays the word puzzle. How important is your show to help all of us, especially baby boomers, to keep our cognitive skills going?
It's extremely important. There's a lot of research that has come out to show what physical exercise can do to help with cognitive functioning and doing complex movements, not just cardiovascular exercise, but balance. You know, if you've fallen once, you pretty much got a 100% chance you're going to fall again. So most of these injuries occur at home, and we want to make sure that our boomers out there are not fallen. They have practiced their agility. They practice their coordination. The different types of movements that you can do affect the different parts of your brain.
Wow.
So while you're doing something, say standing on your left foot, affects the right hemisphere, and vice versa. On your right foot will affect the left hemisphere. Object control, getting your heart rate up, bringing it down, all those movements make you think about what you're doing. And then that helps your speed of processing, and then it also helps short-term memory functions. And these effects last for years and decades down the road.
Awesome. Awesome. So, guys, check out Matt. He comes on Thursdays.
The first Thursday of every month. Our next show is Thursday, November 2nd, and November is actually National Diabetes Month, which is an important topic, and we're going to be talking a lot about that on the show on November 2nd.
Awesome. Awesome. Wow. Well, let's put that on our calendar. Let's get with Matt on Thursday so we can support his show. Those of us who have our parents, we're taking care of them. Listen, we need to be educated in every area of our life, and this will help us to better understand how to what? take care of our parents and make sure we're giving them the best of care and helping them to strengthen their cognitive skills as well as their motor skills.
As their mobility. Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, listen, we're coming up with another talk show host so you can get the flavor right here at New Orleans Talk Network. You know New Orleans is known for gumbo. Well, honey, guess what? We have gumbo right here in every talk show. We'll be right back. Come on, guys. Give it up for Matt. Woo!
Thank you.
That's it. I wanted to give it to Change. Sandra, who's coming next? Her with the purple dress on. Come on, Purple. Well, we're back here at the New Orleans Talk Network. We are promoting a new network on the horizon here in New Orleans, Louisiana. We are about to blow up. We want you to be a part. And now here we have Renata. She's here to talk about her talk show and what flavor she's bringing to the table.
Well, thank you so much for having me here today.
We're glad to have you looking all beautiful.
Thank you for having me here. What I do is I have a talk show. It's called the Renata Collins Love and Wisdom. I believe that I don't believe in right and wrong. I believe in people's perspective, understanding them and trying to respect them. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, there's a 9, right? Mm-hmm. There's a person on this end, and hey, how y'all doing? I'm here. Okay. Thank you so much. So say there's a 9, and the person who's sitting here, they may see a 9. The person on the other end may see a 6. Is any one of them wrong? It's all from the perspective in which they're viewing it from.
Okay, I got that.
You got me now?
Uh-huh.
All right.
6 and a 9. You're right. One be upside down. You said tomato. I said tomato.
Right on.
All right.
So what I do is I encourage people to remove our own self views and try to listen from their perspective. The best way I can help you is if I remove my own thought process and get more qualifying information from you so that then we can have effective communication.
Awesome. So more or less, you're sort of kind of a communication teacher.
That also.
You're teaching us how to communicate. You said there's no right or wrong.
Right on.
All right.
Right
This
on.
is my perspective. What y'all think? You're teaching us how to communicate with one another by looking at that person's viewpoint from the other side.
Yes, and the reason why that is important is because then we can operate with more love and wisdom. When we have the ability to communicate effectively, then everything else can happen. But if we don't understand the core, we can never deal with the issues. So my thing is to break it down to the simplest terms so that we can communicate effective and then operate on the next level. So that's the phase we're in right now, getting everybody to remove their selves and to, gravitate to one another so that later on we could effectively communicate. Then we'll go to the next step of love, appreciation, but we have to be able to have that understanding. Like one of my favorite shows was with Meet the Browns, and Cora was saying one thing, and David was saying, Brown was saying something else. So they had the therapy. They were saying, well, what is he saying, Brown? What is she saying, Brown? And she's like, no, that's not what I'm saying at all. So it's about getting that effective communication first so that everything else can follow.
So now, can we back up a little bit?
Let's do it.
So you said there's no right or wrong.
Correct.
Okay, now I'm going to challenge you.
Let's do it.
All right. You said let's use the 6 and the 9,
It's only one number.
right?
One number, two views.
But
Two
it's
perspectives. Yes, thank you very much.
right, 2 perspectives, but a
One
6
number.
is a 6 and a 9 is a 9.
It depends on from which way you're viewing it.
No, because a 6 is a 6 and a 9 is a 9.
And if that's your
either I'm
perspective,
looking
that's-
at the 9 plus 1 is 10. 6 plus
Okay.
1 could never be 10.
And that's why I like that you bring that up, because see, now you go to phase 2, because from the beginning we first have to establish the communication. So we're not in the process of adding. Right now we're saying, okay, 6 plus 1 equals 7, but 9 plus 1 equals 10. However, if we're both seeing it as a 9, we're going to come up with the same thing. But if we're on two different sides, we're going to come up with, the other one may come up with 7 and the other may come up with 10, because one may be from one angle and the other may be from another angle. So that's why we have to get effective communication first.
That's good. You know what? We're going to get with you with Mogul Moves. We're going to bring some power women around the table with this wonderful communicator so she can help us communicate at a higher level. Isn't this cool, guys? And that's what New Orleans Talk Network, that's what makes us different. That's what makes us special. That's what makes us stand out like pink. Cancer Month is pink. Everybody is in their pink, and pink is blowing up almost like a purple cow. Are you a purple cow? Are you a pink cow? Are you just noticed or remembered?
You know why I have on purple?
I know, I didn't mean it.
No. Let me tell you why. Because it's also
You a
domestic
purple
violence.
cow?
No, because it's also domestic violence month. And my last show, I focused more on domestic violence. One of the shows that we are be airing tomorrow, it'll be talking about domestic violence. And my thing is, I asked myself, what is it that can make a victim whole? Because the offender goes to jail, it do not make the victim whole. And so when we spoke about that on the show, we were saying that he or she, whoever the offender is, and notice I use the word offender versus abuser, because when we use the word offender, things can change. When we use the word abuser, they can always be subject to the same thing over and over. But an offender can change. And that's what they say in the Bible. Don't judge. And judgment comes when we put certain labels on a thing.
Amen.
So, but let me say this here. To make a victim whole, I think that the offender should pay for therapy and be included in some of those therapies for the victim as well.
Awesome.
So, they could tune in tomorrow on Channel 76. We'll be on at 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. Also, if you go to my YouTube channel, it is there. That is the only full show that I have on my YouTube channel, because I'm so serious that if we can then be getting communication, we can change things, because only hurt people hurt people.
And that is the truth. So watch this. Before Renata leaves, can you tell us, how do we follow you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? You have one handle. Well,
Yes.
How do we follow?
So, yes, every handle is Renata, which is spelled RENADACOLLINS TV. That's it, Renata Collins TV. The website is Renata Collins TV. Everything is Renata Collins TV. And then you'll just see a lot of love and wisdom follows.
Awesome, awesome. So listen, guys, those of you, you know you need Renata. Those of you, Aunt Sookie, Cousin Boo Boo,
Yes.
you know they are mentally disturbed. They need Renata. You need to make sure you at least put her information in their phone when they're not looking, so that it could pop up and they'll be like, whoa, who is this? And get a whole new perspective
Yes.
on communicating and understanding. I love it. Thank you, Renata, for coming out tonight.
My pleasure.
We
Can I
enjoyed
invite
it.
them to one more thing?
Of course.
Every Tuesday, I also film the live taping of the Renata Collins Love and Wisdom Show. Come ask questions. I love when the audience participate. We're always filming at 5961 Bullard, which is the NOLA Palms. We do happy hour from 6 to 7. I come on about 7:15, and we out about 10 o'clock. I'm serious, too. It's just because we have so much fun. But we actually be over by 8, but we stick around because it's so much fun. And that's what we want. You know, it's mind-blowing, it's inspirational, it's motivation. And I'm going to just shut up because I could talk.
So, yeah, don't worry. We're going to get the, what's the show where they get the man with the broom? We're going to sweep you right on off.
Okay, I know. And that's cool, that's cool. Sandman.
Sandman.
Yes.
We're going to get the Sandman. Listen, guys, don't go anywhere. We're just having fun here. This is New Orleans style. We love on everybody. We have a good time. You heard what she said? Happy hour. New Orleans has to have a happy hour about everything. So come on down. Check out New Orleans Talk Network. Check out Renata. Get your mind right. Or how those kids say, you better respect my mind. All right, now, listen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Thank you so much.
Woohoo!
Thank you. Dr. John, you ready yet? After the next one, Sandra, who's next?
What's up, readers and shakers? It's your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
Hi, I'm Linda Lewis with Lewis Armstrong Family Services here live at New Orleans Talk Network. We're here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Come join us. Thank you.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
You look gorgeous. Because we got to make sure we beat. Bang ready, huh? Push it down. Okay. You're a mess. Oh, my goodness. We're live. Well, we're right back here at the New Orleans Talk Network. If you are one who are ready to get your brand out, you're ready to knock the world out. Hello, world. Here I come. This is the place you need to come and start your talk show so that you can be the next bomb.com. Listen, we have one of our vendors here on tonight. I'm going to bring her on the show. She is a business owner, small business owner, diversified. You guys know I believe in 7 streams of income. Oh, I love She's that. Going to, you must have 7 streams. You don't have 7 streams. You're considered the proportionately poor. Which one are you?
Oh,
well, we
my
know
God.
you're not.
Well, I'm well on my way. I don't have 7,
Must
but I'm
have
well on my
7.
way.
7
oh, my God.
streams of income.
Oh, my
Listen,
goodness.
we have here tonight, she's going to introduce herself, tell us her different types of businesses, and what is this cute little cake in front of us?
Isn't it so cute and colorful? And it's all my favorite colors.
So introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Stacia Lugas, and I'm with the Now We Know Awareness campaign. Can I talk about the campaign for a second?
Yes. Wait,
Okay.
Alugas. What is that?
Why everybody keep asking me that? I want to say the history is from Spain, but today we're going to say Gentili.
All right. She said Gentili,
Yes.
straight out the 9.
Yes. No, 7th Ward.
7th.
Come
All
on
right.
now.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay. Talk to us.
Okay. Well, I'm well on my way with different streams of income, like you talked about.
Right, you're a beautician
Yes,
as well.
I own a hair salon.
Okay.
And I'm an artist.
Okay, that's 2.
I'm an artist.
All right.
Yes, I sell products.
That's 3.
Yes, and then also I am part of the Now We Know campaign.
That's 4.
That's right.
We got to get you the
And-
trading.
Oh, yes,
All
and that'll be 5.
There we
I'm
go.
excited.
So tell us about this. Now we know. Now we know what?
Oh, Now We Know N-O.
Now we know.
Now we know
N-O.
N-O.
Okay.
Because we're no longer allowing companies to sell us things that is not healthy for us.
Okay.
Yes. In the Now We Know awareness campaign, we're educating women and girls on the dangers of the sanitary napkins and tampons that we've been using for decades.
Yes.
And we're not only a campaign that's raising awareness, but we're providing a solution too. And this
Wow.
beautiful cake that you guys see is the solution.
So what makes Now We Know different from Tampax, which is the common Johnson
Let's
and
not use
Johnson?
names of
Jo-
other companies.
Okay.
But the ones that's on the shelves now.
Okay, so
Yes.
what's the difference between Inspire and all the other boxes that are on the shelves right now?
I like that. Well, the difference is because of what they're made out of.
Okay.
What they're made out of. What a lot of ladies don't know is that the deadly chemicals that is in the sanitary napkins that
Yes.
we've been using for years,
Yes.
a lot of it has to do with what's happening now. We're in breast cancer month, right?
Yes.
So a lot of the different challenges as women that we've been dealing with over the years, a lot has to do with the sanitary napkins and the tampons that we've been using for years, and we've never questioned it until now. And this is what the Now We Know N-O awareness campaign is all about.
So now we know you're saying it's healthier.
Yes.
What are some of the symptoms that since ladies have been using Now We Know product?
Cherish.
Cherish. Okay, is that the name?
Yeah, that's
of
the name of the product.
Cherish. Okay, awesome. But the campaign brand is Now We Know.
Yes.
Okay, good. Let us. Renata just told us. Let's
Right.
get an understanding.
Yes.
So, what are some of the symptoms that all the other boxes we believe
What's the difference?
has caused women to experience that Now We Know will no longer allow women to experience?
You know, through research, we found that a lot of women have, I know we all out there know women that have experienced fibroids, miscarriages, ovarian cancer, breast cancer, all these different types of challenges that we've been having as women over the years. You know, a lot of people would say, well, women with fibroids, that's in the African-American community.
Yes.
Right? A lot of African-American women
Yes.
have fibroids, right? And even for myself, I'm about to just be transparent today. I'm a woman who had fibroids.
Okay.
And I questioned it. I'm a person that questioned things. Okay, why did this happen?
Right.
Why did this happen? And then they did tell me, it's prevalent in the black community.
It
but then
is.
I'm going to just go a step further.
Okay.
Okay, when I met an Asian lady, she also had fibroids.
Okay.
And then I met a Caucasian, and I'm not talking about one, but I'm talking about a lot of women. Why are they experiencing the same things we're experiencing if it's an African-American thing? So what I realized was that it's not an African-American thing. It's a woman thing. So we have to look at what all women are doing.
Right.
We all get a cycle every 28 days for
Right.
years, right? For years. And we're putting something that is, and we never talk about this.
We
This
don't.
is something we never talk about.
It's a strong subject.
Yes, it
that
is.
I find for both male and female.
Yes.
And it is a strong subject because I was approached about Now We Know, and I told them I'm a money coach. I'm not really interested in becoming a drugstore.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
But I do
We're not a
believe,
drugstore, though, guys.
right?
Go
I
ahead.
do believe from what I'm hearing from other women who are experiencing the product, it is my understanding that the product does work.
Yes,
it
it
is
does.
doing what it says it will do.
That's
Women
right.
say they're no longer experiencing headaches.
Yes.
They're no longer experiencing overflow or
Yes.
heavy flow,
Yes.
or cramps.
Can I
Because-
explain why?
Yeah, would you?
I'll definitely do that. We have something that's in our sanitary napkins. I mean, we call it the magic strip, and it's called algae strip, okay? And it's infused with negative ions. And what that does is it alleviates pain and also odor. It's vitamins of the air. Wow. So when a lot of women are saying, oh, my God, I didn't have cramps, even for myself, it was a game changer for me. Once I used the product, I was like, I not only have to be a part of this, but I want to push this thing because every woman and girl should know. And see, girls don't have to now experience what we've experienced as women.
What we've
so their
gone
experience,
through.
it'll be better for them.
Yes.
So that's why we started this campaign, and just the testimonials that we've been getting has been so amazing, even for myself. Once I had my experience and my daughter had her experience, I was like, every woman and girl should know. Because guess what, Dr. G? We share information anyway, right?
That's right.
We do that all the time.
Yes.
I like your necklace.
Yes.
If I ask you where you got that necklace from, you're going to tell me, right?
I like your brooch.
Isn't that
so
cute?
we
You won't
share.
believe where I got it from, y'all. I'm serious.
That's women, right?
Right. We do that all the time.
Can we see one?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Now, I don't usually like to open them, but
Okay.
Alex, go in my purse and get some.
No, you don't have to
Oh,
open
no,
the whole
no. You know
package.
what? She's going to get some. No,
Yeah,
no, I
just
want you
would
guys
like
to see it.
because like I said, I have mentees all over the world with my monthly mentorship program.
That's amazing.
And one of my mentees from Delaware, I have one in Texas, I have one in New York, and they're all a part of the Now We Know program, and they stand by it 100%.
It's amazing.
And so I've been hearing nothing but good things about it, and I know they're pushing it by word of mouth, which is pretty much how a lot of new brands get started.
Yes.
And really, believe it or not, next to television, the best way to market something is word of mouth.
Yes.
So this brand is the buzz word.
It is.
Inspire.
It is.
Now we know. So show us what one looks like.
All right. Now,
It's
you see
okay, guys.
you
This
see
is normal.
Oh, yes, because we're exposing this thing.
Yes.
We're exposing it. This is a silent suffering that is no longer silent.
That's right.
Okay.
It's no more secret.
No more secret. Okay, so I'm going to open it. And what you notice is usually, guys, what I do is I do a live demonstration. And I'll have the other sanitary napkin as well. And I do a live demonstration, and I tear the pad apart.
So stop. This is how they come.
Yeah.
So there's no package that you're opening. And the reason I say that because the other brands, you have to open it, and when you open it and pull it out the paper, you're touching it. And
Yes.
So germs are
It
kind
starts
of
off
transferred.
unsanitary.
Yeah.
It starts
Yeah.
off unsanitary.
I caught that real quick.
Yes.
Awesome,
It
awesome.
starts off unsanitary, and this just is my name on top of it.
Awesome. So
Always
you
promote
open
myself.
like that.
Yeah, and this is called our day pad. Excuse me, I hate to lean over you,
That's
but
okay.
it looks like this. The day pads are the most popular one, and I think it's because the average woman, she's not a heavy bleeder, so she's not the person that will need the overnight or the night. I'm a person
Gotcha.
that need the overnight.
Okay.
So, and I do both. So, and what's so amazing is that each month, you don't even use all these pads, and it's only 10 in here because you're able to keep them on longer
Wow.
because it's no odor.
Wow.
It's no odor because when you keep a sanitary napkin on long.
Yes, Lord.
Typically,
we're not gonna
you can't
go
do
into
that.
one.
Typically, you can't do that.
Right.
But with the Cherish sanitary napkins, guess what? You can do that.
Awesome. And it's thin.
It's
real
very, very thin. Yes.
Yeah.
And can you see right here?
The other ones are bulky.
Yes. They're bulky,
And this-
the
and
top
this
layer
holds.
is made of rayon, but the top layer of the Cherish pad is made of cotton. And then our sanitary napkins have not been bleached.
Wow.
So
So
we don't
the
deal
other
with
products have
Yes,
all of that
it's
in there.
bleached 8 times over to appear to
Okay.
be white. And when I do the
Awesome.
live demonstrations, we've been doing live demonstrations. We've been doing festivals. We've been doing events. And I also do a live demonstration on Tuesday nights at my hair salon because I really want for people to be to be educated on this and also be empowered because now you have a decision.
Yes.
You have a choice to
That's
make.
right.
That's
And
what I love
at
about
the end
it.
of the day, we're going to just say like 45. What do you have to lose?
I know.
I couldn't pass it
I
up.
love it.
I couldn't
love
pass
it.
it up.
Sure mess.
What do you have to lose? Why don't you just try it?
Yes.
Tell us, how do we reach you? How do we reach to get this product?
Okay, the way you can reach me, I'm going to give you guys a phone number. It's 504-782-9477. You can send me a text. You can call me and say, look, I saw you on the show. And if you tell me you saw me on the show, guys, guess what? You might get a little treat.
Uh-oh.
I'm talking about from the sanitary napkins.
Now, you know you like hookups. Y'all know y'all like hookups.
And then you can go on Facebook. Right now, my Facebook name is Stacy, Stacy, Blossom Beauty, because the name of my hair salon is Blossom Hair
Beauty.
Salon.
And
So
she's
it's Blossom
blossoming.
Beauty Alugas, Alugas.
That's a brand all by itself.
I know.
Alugas. I think I would have went with Alugas. I mean, who could forget
Just Alugas?
Alug? Yeah,
Nobody could pronounce it.
I would have went with Alugas. Who could forget such a name?
A lot of people, obviously.
Well, listen, guys. She's going to be on my show.
Oh, I can't
think
wait.
it's the third Monday in November. She's going to tell us how she got started as a beautician,
Yes.
how she's an artist. She has her own product, and this is what it's all about when we
Yes.
start talking about 7 streams of income. It's
love that.
inside of you. If you just dig deep and pull it out, I promise you, pursue your passion. It will push you into your purpose. Your purpose will position you for prosperity.
All right.
We'll be
Amen.
right back with the founder of New Orleans Talk Network.
Oh, my God.
Listen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Amazing.
Come on, guys. Wasn't this awesome?
Yay.
Inspire.
Woo! Now we know. N-O. Now we know.
We'll be right back after these messages.
You are so-
The countdown to Family Expo 2017 is here. Saturday, October 28th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Mellott Park Center at 2301 Bell Chase Highway in Gretna. Health and wellness services, an entertainment stage that will rock with familiar tunes, amazing food offerings, and vendors galore. Don't forget about the kiddies. All treats and no tricks in a family-friendly environment. Giveaways, prizes, and travel will be given away at the top of every hour, so save the date. Saturday, October 28th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Mellott Park Center at 2301 Bell Chase Highway in Gretna. We'll see you there.
Has a friend or family member ever recommended a doctor to you? A doctor that's near you, takes the time to listen, and gets to know you as a person, not a rushed number on a chart. A doctor that actually helped them get well and stay that way. More and more friends and family of GenCare Senior Medical Center patients recommend us to those they know and love. Why? Because GenCare treats them like family, like a friend. And isn't that what friends and family do for each other?
My family is very important.
We have the whole family under the same roof, as we say, and the same doctor who takes care of all of us.
Because everybody is healthy, happy, and to be together, you know.
It is awesome. It's wonderful. I tell my friends, I'm going to tell my family.
My wife is also a member, you know. We try to stick together. We've been married for 58 years, so.
Come feel the GenCare difference. That difference is why our patients recommend us. You'll see why.
We are back, guys, and listen, I want you to pay attention because guess what? Everything that blows up and becomes spectacular starts out as a dream. The other thing that I love about this gentleman, he didn't just have a dream. He took the dream and put it in the hands of millennials. I love the millennials. If we get behind them, they can take the world by a storm. Pastor Jones, the founder of New Orleans Talk Network, I'm so honored to be here tonight, sir. Could you tell us how you got into this dream? What did it take for you to get started? and how you feel about everything today.
Sure. First of all, I just want to thank the Lord for allowing us to be here today. It's a magnificent day, and there'll never be another one like it for either one of us. So that's so important. And Dr. G, I want to compliment you on your show on Monday, because as I listened to the show, I've been in finance and business and politics, and the Lord called me to be a pastor, and I've heard so much, but your show was so interesting because you guys touched something that most people are not aware of. Y'all talked about the net worth and how the African-American net worth is really lower than other people because of the devalue of their homes.
Yes.
And a lot of people are not aware of that.
No, they're not.
And the critical aspect that plays in the overall net worth. Yeah. So I'm listening.
Well, thank you. That makes me feel good. The owner and founder is checking me out. Woohoo! And listen, we gave some good information, didn't we? $40,000 in grant money. You want to buy a home, first-time home buyers, call Sean Rogers at Gulf Coast Bank. $40,000.
And Gulf Coast Bank has been a leader in the community as relates to being innovative. I've watched them over the years.
Wow.
And they have tackled and done things that most institutions have not. So,
and she talked about that.
And she was right when I heard her say that.
Yeah, she said a lot of financing companies, mortgage companies, banks don't want to talk or even acknowledge to the customer that grant money is available because they don't want to deal with the steps and the red tape that goes with it.
That's correct.
So I know God is going to bless her 1,000-fold because she goes the extra mile, and that's why I brought her on the show.
That was a good show.
Yes,
so people should listen to the Money Show.
Dr. G, the Money Coach, Mondays, 12 noon.
Because you're missing a tremendous amount of valuable information.
Woohoo! Come on, where y'all at? The Money Show. Woohoo! Thank you, Dr. Jones.
Let's talk a little bit about New Orleans Talk Network. In actuality, you got to always give credit where credit is due. I had a show on WBOK called Talk What You Know for like 8 years.
Wow.
Dr. Littleton and myself. Gerard Stevens made it possible for us to be on WBOK.
Okay.
Because the management sort of said, well, we don't want any pastors on talking about this. So Gerard convinced them. And then Gerard ended up leaving WBOK. It was a mutual separation. And he came to me. And he said, Pastor Jones, communication is changing. And he laid out everything for me. And being an old researcher, I go back and I research it. And I say, man, over 500 million people are now getting their news and information across the internet and the social network.
Yes.
So Gerard came and helped us put this together initially. He's gone on now to the Power Network. God brought Tarek and Mike into New Orleans Talk Network, and as you said, the millennials. And these kids have seen things and grasped things that I'm just beginning to understand. As a matter of fact, they have pushed me to stay up 3 o'clock in the morning doing research so I can talk to them intelligently.
Yes.
And so they handle the day-to-day operations of New Orleans Talk Network, and they do an excellent job. And I just want to acknowledge that what they do. But why is a station like New Orleans Talk Network so important? Because what the Gutenberg press was to writing, the internet and the social networks is to communication today.
Yes.
And most people are not aware of that trend and how it's changing.
Yes.
And if you just want to see it, you could look at the presidential election.
Yes.
And all the information is starting to come out now, how the Russians use Facebook and Twitter and Instagram to influence 10 million people.
Yes.
And how they were able to target in precinct and voter registration the exact people they wanted to influence.
Yes.
To make people think that, hey, lesser two evils, I'm not going to vote for any one of them.
Yeah.
So their goal was to suppress the vote. So if you want to see the power of the .com and the app and the social network, it's demonstrated in the American presidential election.
Well, look at how President Obama, he was the first president to raise so much money,
$500 million,
through social media, just by telling the millennials $1 will make me holler. I'm serious.
Boy,
and
you come up with them, boy. Boo Boo the Fool. Boy, you be missing out.
Well, you know, I'm a money coach, so I love cliches and acronyms.
And
they
good
help
cliches.
to keep me focused. They keep
I just had to throw that one. I was sitting over there and I heard you say boo boo the fool.
Yeah, boo boo the fool. You know, but he did. He changed the dynamics of campaigning. He changed the dynamics of campaigning, and he did it through social media, which is why I'm trying to encourage people here locally in the city, those who are upcoming, uprising entrepreneurs, small business owners, especially young people, and even the baby boomers with Send the Mill in the second half. I think that's an awesome show.
Yes, that is.
As well. This is your opportunity. This is my other saying. Proactive thinking prepares you for unexpected opportunity.
I couldn't have said it better.
And this is your proactive move, right? See, we're most times, instead of being proactive, we're reactive. But this NOTN, to me, if you're really looking at becoming a part of the communication world, you say, I want to get into communications, right? Then this is the place you should want to come. This is, and the other parts of that is, you have to start learning to invest in your dreams.
That's correct. That's
key.
And
get in it right now. This is the other thing. You know, the clear people, they jump in stuff quick. Right. They don't worry about how wide the ocean. They don't care about how deep. They jump in.
That's correct.
Full force. And once they start drowning, they scream for help. But they jump right on in. We got to analyze. Is the water blue? Can I see my feet at the bottom? You understand?
Yeah.
Right, but we have to learn to be proactive and jump on stuff while it's affordable, because when you guys blow up, it's going to cost y'all too much money, but I'm going to be in like Flynn.
You have to buy into your own dream.
That's right.
See, most people refuse to buy into their own dreams. They buy into Tom, Dick, Harry, Mary, Sally, but you got to buy into your own dreams.
Right.
And that's why a station like New Orleans Talk Network is so important, because you're bringing credible information. Now, one thing about the social media aspect of it, and that's coming out too, there's no filter.
No, it's not.
So you don't know if something is Black Lives or Black Fists.
Right.
So you don't know who's placing that ad or who's doing that. And what's so important is that the narrative determines what you think and how you act.
Yes.
If you're tuning into the wrong narrative, then that's bad information going to allow you to make bad decisions.
Yes.
So here at New Orleans Talk Network, you're part of a network. It doesn't censor anyone, but you know people that are bringing you credible, reliable information.
Yes.
So anybody can post something on a podcast or on Facebook, and most of the stuff you see on Facebook, it's not true 9 out of 10 times.
That's right.
It's manufactured.
That's right.
Now, Facebook is an important platform, but if you have a situation where you can go on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, you now have platforms that you're out there in multiple sources.
Yes.
And that's why it's so important to buy in. And if we don't start buying into the local companies, as you talked about on your show, and our kids are always the last hot in the first fire.
That's right.
Because we don't own anything.
That's right.
And so we get disappointed when people get fired or they lose a job, but you got to start owning something.
That's right.
And we have to start producing more things in our community. And New Orleans Talk Network, our main goal is to present data and information, narratives that gives you data that you can make good sound decisions.
That's right.
And that's why the shows are so important. Now, I listened a little bit. I was in Macomb, Mississippi today, Cindy. And I was listening to your show. You had Reverend Gulledge on. And Reverend Gulledge happened to be my cousin. He and I come out of Second St. John Baptist Church together.
Okay.
So I was so in tune listening to it. And the kind of information that Reverend Gulledge brought out, the fact that he talked about purple comes out of red. I heard you, baby. So little things like that can enhance, and that's why it's so important for the business community to buy into New Orleans Talk Network, and we buy into them. Buy into our shows, sponsor these shows, advertise on these shows, because if you don't buy into the shows, if you don't become a sponsor, you don't become an advertiser, then when you get these false narratives, and I'm going to say it from WWL Radio, and I can call them out, ABC, NBC, CBS, that leads off with murder, debt, destruction, corruption,
And nothing positive.
Nothing positive.
Nothing
so
positive.
You can't build on a negative. You can't disprove a negative. So here at New Orleans Talk Network, we try to bring you credible information, narratives that let you build. And it's so important that we start to bring the right narrative to our people. And that's just so critically because everything isn't death, destruction, killing.
That's right.
Look at what you guys put together here tonight. This is just beautiful.
Awesome.
But no news media will cover this. So we have to cover it ourselves.
That's right.
And we have to take those positive things in our community and put them out there so the kids can see them, the young adults, and all those people buy into that there's something good going on in our community.
That's right. There's something good, and we're offering a product right now that's affordable.
That's key.
That's the other thing. It's affordable, and so it gives you, the new business owner, you might have a new magazine. You know, this is the place you can advertise. You can start your own talk. You know, what blew my mind is when I did research on some talk show hosts because I don't believe that we have to reinvent the wheel.
That's correct.
The Bible says there's nothing new under the sun.
Nothing.
So go study other talk show hosts.
That's correct.
And I love Wendy Williams. I love because she brought her own style. But what I love is when the syndicated radio tried to shut her down, girlfriend started her own.
And that's how you do it.
And before you know it, it's almost like Jay-Z and all of those rappers who start selling their product out the trunk of their cars. Well, this is kind of what NOTN reminds me of. And now she is a national syndicated talk show host. And she blew herself up.
That's right.
Right? And so this is what we have to learn is take advantage of opportunities that present themselves to get you where who knows what tomorrow will bring.
That's correct.
But if you never get up, put up, you'll never get out. And that's what I love about what you're doing here at NOTN.
You know, I heard Tyler Perry say something the other day. He said that all of the networks and the syndicators and all the people, when he went to them, they told him that blacks don't go to the theater, blacks go to church.
Yes.
And so he said he used that as an impetus for him to do even more and greater. And then when he ends up going to California, they underestimated him because they didn't realize that he had a built-in audience already.
That's right.
And that gave him leverage to do things that few people. He has a 300 square foot, 300-acre television production facility.
Yes.
So
out in Atlanta,
and that's
I've been to
that's
it.
bigger than MGM.
That's right.
Yeah, and so now he has surpassed them.
That's right.
So you have to buy into your own dream. You have to network with other people, and that's key. And speaking of network, what we're working on here at New Orleans Talk Network, we're working on something great. Ruben DeTeague and myself, we've come together, and we got about 6 or 7 other networks that are going to come together under one umbrella.
Awesome.
So don't let people tell you that we can't work together.
Awesome.
When you hear something on New Orleans Talk Network, you can hear it in Houston, or you already can hear it all over, but we're going to simulcast with Walter Ross. Remember Walter Ross?
Yeah.
So the Lord, he's doing great.
Come on, guys. The cat is out the bag. We got you. We got you.
And so what happens is that that's the collaborative type effort that people don't think we can do. And that's why it's so important. And I believe in my heart, I told Tarek, God has a way of allowing those impediments to get out of your life.
Yes.
And allowing things to come into your life.
Yes.
That's going to enhance what you're doing.
That's right.
And I said, God just brought so many good quality people to New Orleans Talk Network. It's incredible. And I just want him to keep on showering us, and we just be humble in what we do and continue to grow.
Amen. Come on, guys. Give it up. That is awesome. Yes. And that word right there, we talked about collaboration on the talk show Monday.
I heard
That's a word we don't use in the African American community, collaborate.
That's correct.
And we need to, because if we collaborate, we can take a nation. We could take the world. I mean, really, if we learn to collaborate and get out of that crab mentality. I told her, I live in a gated community, and I watch the Asians. 3 and 4 families live in 2- and 3-story homes. and they get along and go along. We can't live with each other in a double. You understand? But if we collaborate, we can own mansions, supermarkets, superdomes, transportation systems. We can take the world, but we've got to educate each other so that we can know there is a better way. We just have to connect.
You can collaborate, and as long as everybody has integrity, and stay in their own lane.
Oh, yes.
That's the key. Always look for people with integrity, and always look for people who realize that I'm gonna stay in my lane.
Yes.
And if you stay in your lane, you don't cause accidents.
That's right.
I've been praying. I've been asking God. Man, I've been praying for the last 10, 15 years, asking God, and I'm just gonna say it because I say what the Spirit put on my heart. Lord, I know from my biblical studies, we don't have any curse on us.
That's right.
Why is it that the people in my culture always end up last? I've just been praying and wondering, asking.
We both.
And the Lord let me read a book about A.G. Gaston.
Mm-hmm.
And A.G. Gaston was at one time the richest African-American in the United States.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, he was from Birmingham, and a lot of people don't know that he underwrote the civil rights movement.
Wow.
He never gets credit for it. And I read in that book, and he said, look, he argued with Dr. King, Dr. Abernathy, and Reverend Shuttlesworth about using kids in the boycott. He was okay with the boycott, but he was uncomfortable with the kids. And he said after he argued and talked with them, he realized that their position was the position that they had.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of saying, I'm not going to work with them, he decided that I'm going to work with them behind the scenes. And in that book, he says something that the Lord just revealed it to me. This is it. He said, if you consistently divide,
yes,
eventually you're going to get to zero.
A house divided cannot stand.
If you learn how to multiply,
yes,
it never ends.
That's right.
And A.G. Gaston said, if our community would only learn multiplication and forget about division,
amen,
then we will be unstoppable.
And even stop worrying about who gets the credit.
Yeah, that's the key.
That's one of I find, biggest challenges. Who gets the credit? You know, even right now, Sandra and I are looking at creating another show.
Yes.
And we talked about who do we bring on for diversity. And I think I want somebody else to host this show. I'll just be a presenter. Right, but let this person be the host. You don't have to be in everything and be the thing all the time, right?
Right?
But if we just learn to connect and collaborate, we can take so much into our palm of our hands, into control, and have our own everything. We should have not just Liberty Bank, but we should be a Chase.
Yes.
We should be
coming.
Regions. We should be a Capital One. We should be a Marriott. We should be a Hilton. We should be a Delta. You understand? We have the numbers.
Start with buying in your own community. But I can't emphasize that more what A.G. Gaston said, and the Lord revealed it to me through that book. We have to start practicing multiplication.
Yes, we do.
We have to start expanding and stop dividing ourselves. And that's why this New Orleans Talk Network venture that God has put on our heart. And we have both a combination of secular and spiritual shows.
Yes, we do.
And it's ironic, Tarek and Mike, they deal with a lot of the secular shows. And one day we were sitting down going over the show chart. And I said, let me show y'all something. Gerard and I used to debate over this. And he's always said, Pastor Jones, you want all these spiritual shows? And I said, look at this graph. And we have just as many spiritual shows as we have secular shows. So God has given us a balance.
There we go. Yes.
And so we just want to invite all of you guys out there to come and visit us here at New Orleans Talk Network. Download the app on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Go on the New Orleans Talk Network YouTube page. Look at NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. And encourage your friends to participate and listen to these shows, because if you listen to these shows, I don't usually guarantee anything. I guarantee you'll walk away with more knowledge.
Awesome. Let's thank God for Dr. Jones on tonight, guys. Come on, give it up. Whoop, woo! I know I am, we connected. I used to, watch this. I used to tell people, like, seriously, 20 years ago, I used to use the terminology, stay in your lane. I used to say that
Your
to
boy
my
knows
staff
accidents.
all the time. Stay in your lane, and we won't have any colliding, right? So awesome. Thank you for
Thank you.
taking the time
Oh, I
out
love
your
it. I'm
busy
enjoying it.
schedule and stopping by with
how
us
could I
on
miss Boo Boo the
tonight.
Fool?
How could you? Listen, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages. Thank you.
Thank you. God
Thank
bless.
you. Bless you. Ooh, can I get something to drink?
Tired of feeling like a number instead of a person when you go to the doctor? Well, at GenCare Senior Medical Center, we know your name. We know your family. We know you like a friend and treat you that way.
Sometimes I forget she's the doctor, and I'll say, girl, you know I had a headache so bad the other day.
I like GenCare's approach. I smile when I leave GenCare.
I'm just like going to one of my relatives' house. I can sit down and talk. I feel like family.
I really enjoy my doctor. I have a personal relationship with him, and he truly is devoted to healthcare providing rather than just make a buck.
Oh, Dr. Jones and I are experiencing a great relationship because he listens. Just because we've gotten older, it doesn't mean that we're not able to do.
At GenCare, our doctors take the time you need. We listen. We don't rush you. Isn't it time you felt the GenCare difference?
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Well, we are back. Thank you for staying with us, and I am excited. I finally get to eat. And it is organic vegetarian pizza. Sandra is going to introduce to us her company, how she makes the pizza, and we're going to dig in. Sandra, tell us a little bit about you, your company, the pizza.
Sure, absolutely. It'd be my pleasure. Thank you guys for actually having me on the show. It's a great pleasure to be here, and I'd love to talk about it. The name of my company it's called CERC, the acronym. It's Sandra Earthy Rich Kitchen. And how it came about was based on a medical condition that I had acquired a few years ago. And I was actually shocked because as my friends and family know, I'm pretty much a health person, but I was married 40 years. I had 7 children. My husband got very, very ill.
Wow, you look good.
And I actually left the corporate job. I had to actually take care of him. And, you know, when it comes to women and taking care of families, things can get very difficult. Even if you got dreams and goals, they can get lost in the shuffle. But he passed not too long ago, and so I decided I was going to, again, give some life and resurrect my goals and my dreams. And also take serious my health, take it to a whole nother level, because things did get lost in the shuffle of trying to take care of a family, take care of my husband, and then I acquired this disease.
Oh, my.
And you could not have ever told me that I was going to have diabetes.
Wow.
I mean, at the age of 19, I had my own garden, and I actually fed my kids, my family, a higher level of food.
Vegetables.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so when I got the diagnosis, I was very, very depressed, right on top of losing my husband, very depressed. I was down. I was doing all the wrong things. I was angry.
Yes.
So much was going on. It was like, you know what? If this is how I'm going to go out, I was like, just let me die.
Oh, my.
Right? But I got up from there.
But look at you now.
Finally, I got up from there and I said, this is not you. This is not the way you think. What are you going to do to reverse what's going on? And so I did just that. I did a whole lot of research with the medical journals and quite a few other professional people who actually support the paleo diet, the keto diet. This also is a very, very diabetic-friendly product here.
So what's in this pizza?
It's and the kind of cooking it is, it's a sugarless and flourless culinary way of eating. There is this is a cauliflower crust. There is no flour here. There's no flour in this meal. And it's a very low carb diet, no sugar, and all the ingredients are organic. I don't use salt, the traditional salt. I use pink Himalayan salt. I don't use black pepper. I actually use kelp, and I also use dulse. That's some of your stuff from the sea, the seaweed and the nori you see in the sushi, right? And so that gives it a whole lot of flavor. In this particular pizza, I have red onions, the yellow onions. I have spinach. I have zucchini. I have squash. I have mushrooms and some peppers, and also some black olives and tomatoes. And and I don't cook with and this is also, you have a meat lovers here, I think, because I don't ignore my meat lovers. I also do vegan. This is vegetarian. Yes. This is totally vegetarian. The only difference is this has everything. This one has everything. This one just has some Genoa sausage in it, has some Italian sausage in it, and also it has some chicken breast. And for those who prefer to have some meat on with their meal.
But they both have the cauliflower
But yeah,
crust?
I don't cook with flour. It's a flourless and it's a sugarless culinary way of eating. I don't just cook pizza. I have all kinds of dishes. And anybody out there that actually have dealing with this dreadful disease, diabetes, I'll also do consulting, and I do have a plan to actually show them how they can get off that medication. I mean, I was on all kinds of stuff, and
Guys,
I was like, I don't do this. I don't do medication.
This is thebomb.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
So can I try this other one?
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is the good thing about being the host. You get to eat the most.
Absolutely. Sure. And and I also, some of the vegetables actually came out of my own garden. I grow all of my own herbs myself, and I prefer it that way because this is what actually caused me to lose like 30 pounds. So I weighed like 260 pounds until I decided to get up off my behind and do something about my health. And I had to start with me first. I began to look.
You don't even look like you have 7 children.
Well, I was married 40 years and 40 years, 7 children, and I'm 60. I just made 60 last month. So, and I'm proud of that, very, very proud of that. I don't have those issues where I don't want to tell my age. I celebrate my age. I love who I am. And even my path, it was, arduous path, 7 kids, 6 husbands. I became a caretaker like at 25 years old. So,
this is awesome. So tell us, how do we get in touch with you?
You can get in touch with me. Their address, I now function as what they call the cottage law. The cottage law is actually an opportunity for you to be able to take phone calls into your home. People can call and they can order pizzas. Like I have a lot of folks that actually do stuff on the weekend, and they'll pick it up, and I make it and they come and pick it up. Because my house is in a zone area, although I feel like it's really an ideal place to actually have a cafe and some dining, but it didn't qualify for that. But I did qualify for the cottage law, where you can make phone calls to my house, actually order what you want, and you can pick it up, or I can have it delivered. Either way. But it's a great opportunity to take in some good food, not feel guilty about it. You're not going to feel sluggish after eating this. You're not going to feel like you want to go to sleep as if when you ate a traditional pizza.
Awesome. So let's give them that phone number one more time.
Absolutely. It's 504-234-7090.
And the website?
It's actually Cirque, it's cirquerichkitchen@gmail.com. Cirque, S-E-R-K, cirquerichkitchen@gmail.com.
Awesome. Let's give it up for Sandra and Cirque. Listen, they want the pizza. Let me give it up. Let me give it up. Listen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our next vendor. She is awesome and a cutie pie at that. Yeah.
Tired of feeling like a number instead of a person when you go to the doctor? Well, at GenCare Senior Medical Center, we know your name. We know your family. We know you like a friend and treat you that way.
Sometimes I forget she's the doctor, and I'll say, girl, you know I had a headache so bad the other day.
I like GenCare's approach. I smile when I leave GenCare.
I'm just like going to one of my relatives' house. I can sit down and talk. I feel like family.
I really enjoy my doctor. I have a personal relationship with him, and he truly is devoted to healthcare providing rather than just make a buck.
Oh, Dr. Jones and I are experiencing a great relationship because he listens. Just because we've gotten older, it doesn't mean that we're not able to do.
At GenCare, our doctors take the time you need. We listen. We don't rush you. Isn't it time you felt the GenCare difference?
What's up, readers and shakers? It's your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
Hi, I'm Linda Lewis with Lewis Armstrong Family Services here live at New Orleans Talk Network. We're here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Come join us. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Welcome back. Listen, We're here at the New Orleans Talk Network. We are marketing local entrepreneurs. We're pushing the network. It is the newbomb.com network. We are about to blow up in the city of New Orleans, Louisiana, the world. And now I have Chriselle with us tonight, her mom, who's a cancer survivor. Let's give it up for cancer survivors. Whoop, 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 whoop. So listen, I'm going to turn it over to Chriselle so she can share with us. And look, I love this, the millennial with the baby boomer. See what happens when we collaborate? Yes, we can do great things. Isn't that right?
Yes,
Come on, beautiful. I love the pink.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I have to represent for my mom and all the survivors that's out here. Yes, I'm Chriselle. I have a salon that's called Spice Divas Beauty Bar. Wow. Spice Divas. The name says it all. And the logo is lips. You see, I got these big, full pink lips right here. So the logo is lips. And we've been around for 11 years. Awesome. And we're going to be around 11 more years.
Oh, more than that.
Yes, yes. Come on now. Speak that. Speak that.
You got to pass an inheritance to your children's children.
Yes, yes. And when you talk about your 7 streams of income, not only am I a stylist, I have a master's in business administration. Awesome. I've ran 16 homes for people that have developmental disabilities. Wow. So, yeah, me and my mom had a business called Harrison Homes for the seniors, and we're about to rebirth that again, called Harrison Homes for the seniors. Awesome. Yes, yes, so yes.
I see these beautiful diamonds.
Yes, listen.
And yes. I love the T-shirt. Fight like a girl. You know, there's also a girl and a gun.
Fight like a
girl
yes.
and a girl and a gun.
Yes,
I'm gonna have to get with fight like a girl and the girl with a gun.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I got a gun, Pastor Jones.
Yeah. She said she got a gun.
Yeah, I got a gun.
Jesus.
So we're gonna have to be like fight like a girl. So tell us about this.
Okay, well, Fight Like a Girl is First Lady Salon. Like I always collab with salons. Is it's not the competitive things. We're sisters. Awesome. So First Lady Beauty Salon is on Broad, and she has the bling dazzle. So I'm representing tonight for her. Okay. The shirts are $30. She can also make you a shirt. Her name is Tamika Falls, Miss Falls. She can also make you a shirt for $35. She has different type of writings and stuff there. She deliver them in 24 hours if you want it. A different type of shirt, but that's what that means. Fight like a girl, meaning fight strong for cancer survivors.
Awesome, I love it. Fight
and the hats
like a girl.
Yes.
Awesome.
And also today, Spice Divas Beauty Bar, which is me. It's located on Lapelco, 2209 Lapelco Boulevard, Suite KK, right next to Helen Cox High School. We're not just a salon, we a pillar of the community. When I say pillar of the community, we do women empowerment, we give back to the kids, we give back to the seniors, all those type of things. It's not just a salon, it's back to what it used to be. Awesome. You remember when you used to go to salon and salon and barbershops were where black people went in to get therapy?
Yes.
They went in to get therapy.
They still do, but they do it more on Facebook.
Yes. Oh, you do therapy on Facebook. Right. Put all their business on Facebook instead of going into the salons. But the salons were where you can go and get healing.
Yes.
I know for me, shampooing since I was 13 years old. That's how I got the gift of wanting to do hair. Wow. And I know I used to remember the ladies going in and get healing, whatever was going on with them, go every week and they get healing. So that's what we are. We're a healer.
So let's hear from Mom. Tell us, Mom, a little bit about your experience. You are a survivor, a conqueror, a champion.
Yes, I am. I got diagnosed in 2015. Just went to the bathroom one morning and looked back and was just full of blood. Didn't know what was going on. Yeah. I had just had all my tests done that previous year. Yeah. My colonoscopy, my everything. So I wasn't even expecting that.
Right.
I went to a urologist and found out that the tumors were cancerous.
Wow.
I've been in remission for 2 years. I had one reoccurrence, but it was non-invasive. So I still was blessed. Mm-hmm. In the best the best defense is early detection.
Yes, yes.
If you don't do anything else, have your mammograms, have your colostomies, whatever you need to do once you, especially when you pass 50 years old.
Yes.
It is a must, because the earlier you detect it, the better your chances is for survival.
Yes. Awesome. We have a survivor. Come on, guys, give it up for survivor, champion, conqueror. Woohoo! It's Cancer Month. We're recognizing them in their fight and battle with cancer. You sure don't look like what you've been through.
Yeah. Thank you.
And we've been through as a family. Because, it not only it affects, my mom, it affected us as a family.
Amen.
I can recall being on the phone 3 o'clock in the morning with my mom, her not sleeping meaning I couldn't sleep. I had to pray her through her, what she was going through. But I thank God, because having that strong faith and knowing that God is able. God is able to do anything.
Yes, he is.
Yes. A lot of people, early detection is the prevention, yes. But believing and having faith in God and knowing that God is going to heal you.
Yes.
That's the best detection. That's the best cure.
Woo-hoo.
Having that faith. Because once you give up and you don't have faith, you gone.
That's right.
There's a lady in the audience now. I know she don't want to.
She's holding my live phone.
But she just gave me some more, how can I say it, more faith.
Yes.
She's a 9-year cancer survivor of breast.
Yes. Yes.
Woo-hoo!
And she just came out. Tell me how she came out, Mom. She just said she saw it on live.
She just came out to the.
Wow! Well, come on over for 1 second. Come on. Come on. 1 second.
Mrs. Cinder.
Show your face.
So beautiful.
Come on. Hi. Tell us your name.
Oh, Angelica Aguilar Pierre. Yolanda, you know.
All right. She said, listen. Amen. Listen, I want the people to know you. Hey, she heard it. She was listening to us.
Yes.
And she just got in her car and came over.
Yes.
That is so exciting.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
Give us that testimony.
Give us that testimony. Come on.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You going to help somebody.
You got to do it for me.
Go ahead.
Hello. My name is Angelica Aguilar Pierre. I'm a 9-year cancer survivor. When I first got my diagnosis, I really thought it was for somebody else, because they always mess up my name. So I'm like, okay, this is not for me. I called the doctor and they said, oh yeah, Miss Pierre, I'm sorry, but kind of like one of the last persons we would want to have that information. She said, but it is for you. So I said, okay, what am I going to do now? I said, okay, God, I've been going to church all my life.
Yes, Lord.
You got to do it for me, because I can't do it for myself. And my husband and I decided we would go to the surgeon that they sent us to. I have 2 boys. They both were in, one was still in high school, one was at Xavier. And I said, now, Lord, I don't have no grandchildren. I just got these 2 little boys.
Yes.
I won't see everything they going to do. I said, so I'm going to do everything you tell me to do. And I did. I went and I saw the surgeon, but the young lady, when I gave her my information, she treated me like I was maybe like 3rd class. I gave her all my stuff. She put all my stuff back on the counter. So another lady came in and she said, ma'am, all your information is on the counter. I said, really? I said, I gave it to her. And she said, oh, I thought you would have picked it up. I said, okay, all right. I'm going to stay. I'm going to listen to what the doctor has to say. But I told him when I went in, I said, now I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to pay for this visit, but I won't be back. So he said, well, why? I said, well, to me, this is a matter of life and death. And I don't know what your liver reception is going to do. See, when you put me under, I need to know God. I know God going to take care of me, but I need to make sure you all are going to do your job. So I went on to Oxygen, and I got some other doctors, and they told me, okay, ma'am, let's do this aggressively. I said, okay, I'm going to be very aggressive because I got too much to live for. We did it very aggressively. I had a double mastectomy. Come home from that, had some little Crohn's cysts and all kind of stuff going on. I ain't never been through all this before.
Right.
So I was like, oh, how we going to do this? So I had a couple of friends that was nurses, and they were like, I'm going to walk you through it. I said, y'all going to have to, because y'all know I'm a big baby. So they were all very helpful, and they all came, had the scroll cysts, had implants that I didn't ask for. I told them I didn't want them because I was going to do reconstruction, but they gave me implants anyway. They got infected. I had to have another surgery. So I had already had the first surgery. They gave me implants I didn't want, so we had to take the implants out. From there, I went into the infectious disease. So we had to do that for 6 months. From there, I ended up with a blood clot. That they told me, oh, ma'am, your surgery was 6 weeks ago. There's no reason why your leg ought to be hurting. I said, well, I had breast surgery. I don't really know why my leg hurting either. Tell me. Help me. Couldn't put my shoe on. Couldn't stand up. Then when I told him, I said, I feel like I have fever. He said, oh, we're going to expeditiously walk you across the street. I said, no, sir. What's wrong? I already know. I must have a blood clot in my leg because I can't stand up on it. I called my friends who was the nurses, and they said, we'll give you whatever shot you need. He said, well, I got to talk to him first. I said, well, you talk to him if you want, but I'm not going to no hospital. Y'all already trying to kill me. I told you, I don't want all that stuff you're doing. So, went through all of that, had the blood clot. My friends came morning and evening, gave me shots. Because, you know, you have to, when you do the Lovenox, you have to take a shot twice in the morning, one in the morning, one in the evening. Every, I think 9 hours or something like that, they give you a shot. They did all that. Came through. I had my reconstruction. In the middle of my reconstruction, I have little veins, so I ended up with another blood clot.
Wow.
My husband knew I was in surgery that morning, came, left, went back to work. Before he could get back to work, they were taking me back to surgery because I was losing the breast that I had just gotten. All kind of crazy stuff. So altogether, I had 4 surgeries on the same breast. So I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do here? I say, but yes. I say, but you know what? How long is that? 9 years now.
Wow, 9 years. Come on, give it up. 9 years. You sure don't look like what you've been through.
Yes. And I tell anybody somebody needs to hear that. Anything. Stay around positive people. If you stay around positive people, you think positive, you'll get through. Just pray. Yeah. Because I didn't know where I was going to be, but I know I want to see everything my boys were doing.
All right.
How old are your boys now? 28 and 23.
Woo!
Come on. And another one is news report and mentions.
Awesome. Awesome. You heard what she said. She said, hang around positive people. Listen, right now I have my mentees for 30 days. They're on a word fast. They have to speak something positive every day for 30 days. You know why? Anything you do more than 21 times becomes a way of life. So I want to challenge you guys out here today. Speak something positive for 30 days. And remember, the New Orleans Talk Network. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Family Expo 2017 is here. Saturday, October 28th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Mellott Park Center at 2301 Bell Chase Highway in Gretna. Health and wellness services, an entertainment stage that will rock with familiar tunes, amazing food offerings, and vendors galore. Don't forget about the kiddies. All treats and no tricks in a family-friendly environment. Giveaways, prizes, and travel will be given away at the top of every hour. So save the date. Saturday, October 28th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Mellott Park Center at 2301 Bell Chase Highway in Gretna. We'll see you there.
Well, listen, welcome back. This is it. We're coming to an end. It's so sad to say goodbye
to yesterday.
Listen, I have with us tonight another entrepreneur, small business owner. There's a difference between the two. Let me shift. Small business owner. Her name is Rhonda. She is a marketing guru, a speech writer, and she's going to tell us much more about who she is, what her company promotes and provides, and how we can talk and get in touch with her. Rhonda, you looking cute, curly locks.
All right, so first of all, I'm almost a serial entrepreneur right about these days.
All right now, somebody's listening.
Mm-hmm. So here's what's going on. So I started Meet the World Image Solutions back in January of this year.
Okay.
And the reason I started Meet the World Image Solutions is because public relations was what I had been doing for the last 23 years while I was in the Army.
Wow.
So I was doing journalism, I was doing photography, I did a little bit of broadcast. I also did a lot of communication with the media, and I loved what I did. I actually passed on going to officer candidate school because I loved what I did, and I wanted to stick with it. So when I left the Army, I decided to start my own public relations company because I really wanted to help other people to get some exposure.
It's all right. You got the audience right here.
Yeah, so I wanted to help other people to get some exposure. And because I'm also an author, I've written 5 novels.
Wow.
And I've contributed to 10 anthologies.
So where do we find these novels, and give us at least one title?
Okay. Well, first of all, the books can be found on Amazon. They can also be found on my website, www.rmlawson.com.
Okay.
And the names of my books started with my very first book, Cheating in the Next Room. Well, that was about, it's a eye-catching title, but it's really about an affair that happens, of course, but everybody who finds out about that affair is affected by it in a different way. So it's not as much about the affair as it is about the aftermath of the affair.
So are you a fiction writer?
Yes, I'm a fiction writer. I'm a fiction writer with a message. I like to write real fiction for real people. So I like people to be able to identify with my characters. Mm-hmm. So I had Cheating in the Next Room, which was my first book. And then one of the characters in the book, Alexis, people really liked her. She resonated with so many people, and she was actually supposedly the villain. But everybody wanted to find out what happened to her.
You might be our next Rhonda Shines.
I like that. I like that.
Rhonda Crimes. What's her name? Who writes Wednesday night show, Thursday night scandal.
I know where you're going with
scandal
it.
Writer.
And actually, it's interesting that we're talking about Cheating in the Next Room because I do what's called the Black History Month Literary Weekend. I started it this past February. It was my first major event when I started the company. And what I did is I wanted this to promote authors. I wanted to promote local authors. Because if we don't make our local authors celebrities, nobody's going to make our local authors celebrities.
That's right.
We have this funny thing in our city where we don't seem to recognize somebody as a superstar until they make it big somewhere else.
Yeah.
We don't want to make our own stars here in this city. And I wanted to be able to be one of those people who can make our local authors
celebrities in their own right. So that way when they go to other cities, people say, oh, I've heard of you. So that's one of the reasons why I started my company. And then when I started the Black History Month Literary Weekend, I wanted to continue that. So I invited local authors from around the city. I had 7 different authors. They even had a couple who came in from outside of New Orleans, but they were still from Louisiana. And we did Black History Month Literary Weekend. We did a free writers workshop. We visited St. Mary's Academy. The next day we had a literary brunch where everybody who came in got a book, which was included in the cost of the ticket. This year, I'm actually expanding it. So for 2018, we're still going to have the free writers workshop. We're still going to have the school visit and the literary brunch, but now the literary brunch is going to be a jazz brunch. So we're bringing in a local band who's going to provide entertainment. We're also going to have an essay contest for 8th and 9th grade students. And I just want to give a big shout out to Felicia Young from Higher Minds of Education and Francesca Felder from Swagger Magazine. When I told them what I was going to do, they didn't hesitate. They called me and said, we want to be a part of this. So not only are they going to be guest speakers, but they've actually contributed some prizes so I can make the prizes for the essay contest even bigger.
Awesome. So
yes.
Listen, guys, if you are a writer or you believe you have the skill to kill,
yes,
I want you to step up and step out and reach out to Rhonda.
Yes.
She is going to have an event that will allow you the opportunity to put your gift on display. So, Rhonda, tell us one more time how we get in touch with you.
All right. So, first of all, the event is called the Black History Month New Orleans Literary Weekend, and it's going to take place February 23rd and 24th. And if you're interested, if you're an author in Louisiana and you would like to be a part of this event, then you can contact me at info, that's INFO, at mtwimagesolutions.com. And that is my website. Also, I have a TV show that I do every Wednesday night right here on the New Orleans Talk Network from 7 to 8 p.m. And on that show, I highlight authors. We call it the Literary Lounge. The name of the show is Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. But we call it the Literary Lounge because what we want to do is continue to promote authors. And we don't just promote local authors, but we also promote authors from all over the country. So if you don't live here in New Orleans, you can actually Skype in and we can interview you right there and we can promote your book right there. That's one of the other services that we offer authors with Meet the World Image Solutions.
Awesome, awesome. So listen, guys, I hope you enjoyed New Orleans Talk Network on tonight.
Yes.
And as I said before, whatever you dream, if you believe, you can achieve. And this is the network you want to become a part of.
Yes.
New Orleans Talk Network. Tarek Jones is our producer. Mike is our co-producer. They make sure our shows look good, sound good.
Really?
And we love it. Tarek, I love him. The millennials, we've got to back our young people.
Yes, we do.
Push them out there and make them powerful. So listen,
Right.
We're here every day on the hour, live, the New Orleans Talk Network. See you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.